I'm going to go ahead and take some guesses here. I'm going to go out on a limb and think that a lot of the stuff that I know today is going to be harmful 10 years from now. When I was part of the Harbor College basketball program there, as the worst athlete that ever arrived at the college, I started at 24. So when I walked on the team was when I got there. I saw how low my level was and where the other guys were, leading scorer in the state, guys that were 6'8", that could do anything they wanted, play like a guard, could shoot threes. So for me, that set the bar really high. And I accepted the challenge because I was 24 and I was bored with the other challenges that excelling at school presented to me, or excelling at what I considered in the social world. By 18, I already had a good social life, had been throwing parties, had worked in clubs, so I was able to get myself into places and friends underage and have a good time. So that was taken care of. So realizing that, man, there's some new challenge I could have where the paycheck, whether or not I earn one at the end, which was very unlikely, at least I can make a better version of myself, right? But back then, the problem is all we knew about was the calorie, body fat, how much muscle you're carrying. These are the guide stones of what was making you a successful athlete. So at my university, junior college, I saw that the basketball team was the only one not lifting weights multiple times a week, heavy weights. The soccer team was doing it. American football, of course, is doing it. And so I tried to talk to my coach after my second or third year playing there. I know I took a redshirt year there too. So I asked them to put the weightlifting program in. Why should we be the team that gets punked the most? We're at a high level, but we get beaten. Our record is not that great. And these two things did not coincide, but after doing the weightlifting program and so forth, we did win our first conference championship. This was years later, after the program had already been put in. I came back. I think I took a year or two off for injury or some shit like this, work, and came back later. So I apologize because I've ended those men's lives much younger. Now we understand, this is my understanding, I should say, I guess, is that anything more than 90 minutes aerobic workout is going into the end of ending your life younger. So we like to circuit train, do more aerobic work in the gym as well. So what I thought was a good way for me to make up for lost time and to go ahead and beat many of those men that wouldn't get into the gym was I was going to take that as my strict set of rules. I'm really surprised with that my body capped out at what seems like a certain point naturally. I can go to the gym 7 days a week for hours a day, and there's just a certain amount of growth that my body can handle. But yeah, so these are going to be the things that, watch, I bet are big mistakes of mine in the future. I bet a lot of men die very young that played college basketball because the programs are so intense. American football, the careers are the shortest, right? And what's the life expectancy there? Brutally low, I'm sure, if Canadian football was 50 years old. So athletics is not the key to a long, healthy life. So this is, again, where I would like to go at Dr. Michael Grieger, because he likes to say stuff in a new video. He said, doesn't matter how much shred if you're dead. Now, you have a good point. That's kind of one of the points I want to point out, is that we've been convinced that just getting in the gym and going after it harder and just, get that David Goggins in you, that Jocko Willing to push through whatever's tough, and you become tougher on the other side. Yes, to a point, but also weakened, just kind of like I wouldn't put kids through ultra marathon training young for the same types of reasons. But, there's lots of things that, the food pyramid, the calorie, sleep cycles, even just what we do to doctors and not, let me go back to Michael Grieger. It doesn't matter how shred if you're dead. Right, but there's a certain level of hormone that I'm gonna have to say I'll live with, rather than being at the Michael Grieger point. Now, I don't, maybe he's just sitting there, a testosterone machine. But there are things that happened after I exercised for years, circulation-wise, blood flow-wise, to all parts of the body, brain and small brain, that just are very different. I don't need a warm-up, not much of one, and I can get pretty intense pretty quick, calm it down very well. I don't get into fights on the court, but my body is ready to die. I get to that point rather quick mentally, that it is a competition, that it is a fake war, and that you should be ready to play whether or not your leg is broken or whatever. But it's not just how shred you are, Dr. Grieger. It's that live a day as a lion or a lifetime as a sheep. That is where I would like to make the point. There is something about raising your status for being this lower level of, let's even just go after the vegan sheep, and then putting your hormones up to a higher level. That very aggressive, which we can think of as, oh, it causes stress. And no. I take it like the Robert Sapolsky idea. A zebra gets no ulcers. They're highly stressed. They're being chased for their life. They have life or death scenarios, and they don't get stress diseases because they turn it on. They turn it off, and then they're calm. There's no mid-level stress, which is a plan I've basically been trying to do for a long time without realizing it. Make sure there's no stress at work. Make sure there's no stress at home. Then the super high stresses you put on yourself, expectations can be Olympic level. They can be whatever you'd like, and it's not that bad for you. But so, again, I'm not going for pure longevity. He's got more evidence out there for why, if you do want to live the longest amount of time, do it that way. Right. Lower levels of 15% levels of higher testosterone can double the amount of prostate cancer in certain races and stuff like this. So there's a large amount of problems associated with higher testosterone. And we don't even know for a fact that eating more vegetables lowers testosterone. It's just that for me, when I tried this, I had to eat constantly. I didn't remain full for very long, and I just did not have that lasting endurance that a piece of fat gave me. Or some, fatty meat. I'm not eating low fat or fat-free ever again in my life, and this is the first time I've been able to maintain my fat loss. So I'll keep it there.